あなたが私に聞きたいのは私の至った真実でしょう。
Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. Now, I'm looking fresh right now. Got myself a haircut a day ago, 2 days ago actually. So yeah, we're looking fresh, we're looking good. We're back from Umineko. So I did think and I did say that I was going to record another one after I recorded the previous one, so before it was going to be uploaded, but I didn't. So yeah, kind of messed up there. But at least I got to see all of your comments before this video, so yeah, I guess also that ends well. Hopefully this comes out later today, is the plan. But before we start off, we should check the character files. And before we do that, I guess we can recap last part real quick. So last part, we saw a marriage going on between Erika and Battler. Battler looks defeated somehow, some way, I don't know. After his amazing comeback last episode, he's back to be defeated. So I don't know what's up. And we met some two new characters that I call Jesse and James. Moving on, some person was stuck in some dark room and wanted to get out, like really badly, and they couldn't. And they really emphasized that he couldn't, and even though he really wanted to. Then we get the opening, I think, and then wait, that might have been after the opening. But then we cut here to Angie being this mysterious woman who's called Hachijo Toya, but she's also got a million different names apparently, so we don't even know if that's her real name. And she comes out here, and apparently she's the one that wrote the games of Umineko ever since Banquet. So she didn't write Turn and Legend of the Golden Witch, but she did write Banquet Alliance and End of the Golden Witch. And is she writing this episode as well? Well, that would be some crazy meta thing if she's writing the episode that she herself is a part of. But this is Dawn of the Golden Witch. Who's writing this one? I don't know. Well, Battler is the big game master, that's what we do know. And yeah, she's come out here. Angie seems just suspicious of her, and she's reached some truths, and Angie suspects that she might have reached some truths. I don't know. Angie also seems confused to why she's even here to begin with, because last she remembers are the events that happened in episode 3, so she's confused why she's back here with Amakusa and stuff. Maybe there's some meta thing going on there, I'm not too sure. Yeah, now let's check the character file, because I think I've recapped enough. So, character file time. In the human side, we got everyone we know. Yeah, the classics. Alright, on the witch side, we have everyone that we know. So the two new characters that we've met aren't here yet. But, wait a minute. Oh, there's some new... Okay, never mind. There's more to read. There's new stuff to read here. I've never read this before. So, this is post episode 5 stuff to read. Never mind. Alright. So let's start with reading with on Burnt Castle and Battler. Wait, what's Battler? Wait, we'll get to that in a second. What the hell? With the victory of the human side, she should have achieved victory as well, but she seems unable to accept it. It appears that she is less concerned with who actually wins and cares more about how brutal an end might be reached. Therefore, hostile towards Battler as he Battler in katakana. Let's go! That's my goat. He's a witch now, or he's a sorcerer now. Endless sorcerer. Let's go. Hostile towards Battler as he tries to end this peacefully. She attempts to use Erika to win this final game. Okay, this is the final game. Okay. Even though we know there's 2 games after this. We know there's an episode 7 and episode 8. We don't know what they're called yet. We know this is called Dawn of the Golden Witch, so... maybe we'll see a rebirth of Beato. We'll see. Maybe the doll Beato will break her shell and she'll come back. Okay? Lambda. Because the end of the game has been assured with the victory of the human side, she no longer stands in opposition to anyone. End of the Golden Witch. Okay. As a previous game master, she also knows the truth and has taken a position of non-interference. Now she simply acts as an spectator, so a little grammar thing is she going on there, but that's fine. She acts as a spectator, or an spectator if you want to say it like that, enjoying her beloved Burn's contorted expressions. She knows the truth. Battler knows the truth. Now what's going on with Battler? Let's look at Battler. Oh, he looks like Kinzo. Wait. Why does he have a cape? Wait. Oh my god. Wait, let's look at Kinzo. No, he doesn't have a cape. But he also, has a cape, but not the same one as Battler. Battler doesn't normally have a cape. He's got a cape going on. He's a sorcerer now. Let's go. He's got drip. Hey, yo, he's a king now. Look at him. He looks like a vampire. That looks like a vampire cape. Yo. And that. Oh, that thing. Okay. I remember last episode. So someone told me in the comments something along those lines of, well, Battler's a hero, but I guess he's not wearing a cape and I was like, yeah, not all heroes wear capes. Well, look at him. Here we go. He's a hero. He's wearing a cape. Look at him go. Cape for the hero. Let's go. Let's see what it says about him. The Endless Sorcerer and Final Game Master. Final Game Master? Oh, sweet. That's it? This is it? There's no more. There is no more games? Sweet. What's gonna happen in episode 7 and 8 then? If there is no more Game Masters. Episode 7 is Battle going to continue being the Game Master in episode 7 and episode 8? Are we going to learn the truth of what happened? Or in Battlers to learn the truth? But do we as the viewers get to learn the truth? He is the ruler of the game board and the territory lord. Okay. To prove that he has won Beato's game, he must take on the position of Game Master. By succeeding in this, his victory will be acknowledged and Beato's game will reach its end. Because he knows the whole truth, he exists on a higher plane than all others. Okay. Frudo Erika, the Witch of Truth temporarily. She is also a detective and calls herself an intellectual rapist. She's a therapist, y'all. She's a therapist. Let's go with that. I know this doesn't mean what it means, but it's tough to read that word and not think. Alright, fine. Intellectual. Alright. Participates in Battler's game as the human side player. She possesses numerous skills that qualify her to call herself a detective, and these can even be elevated to the level of red truth when acknowledged by her master, Bern Castle. Whether she wins or loses, this will be the last game, and there will be no further use for her. Oh wow. This is the last game. Episode 6 is the last game for real. Wow, okay. Dlanor, a member of Eisarne Jungfrau, the 7th District Repentance Enforcement Agency of the Great Court of Heaven. That is such a long-winded name, man. Chief Inquisitor, ranked Archbishop, 1st class, goes by the name Dlanor of the 10 Wedges or Death Sentence Dlanor. Death Sentence Dlanor is so cool. That's such a cool name. I think we've read all of this though before. Yeah, we've read all this before. Alright. We've read this before too. Yeah, we've read all this. So the only new things were I believe you're new. This it's all old news. All old news. Okay, we've read all this before. Okay, let's go to the Angel's side and let's read about this Hachijo Toya person. Okay, so now we get to finally see how she's wearing her dress. That's an interesting way to be wearing a dress. Why is it so like, that's a weird dress. Why is it so tight everywhere all the way up until her knees? And then after her knees it actually spreads out. Isn't it supposed to be spread out around your stomach, waist area? I mean, hey, whatever. I don't know. I've never worn a dress in my life, so I'm not gonna speak on that. Okay, whatever. You know what? Hachijo Toya, do your thing. A message bottle forger. She's a mysterious novelist, and the mysteries surrounding her outnumber even those found in her novels. Claiming to have found the truth of Rokkenjima, she writes new tales and publishes them on the web as though giving out extra hints. However, I have no memory of meeting her before my trip to Nijima. So Angie's weirdly talking retroactively here, as if she's already experienced the events of episode 4 that happened post episode 3. But at the same time, she's experienced all those, but at the same time she's gone back to being in this position where she's now meeting this person with a Makusa. So it's all a very weird meta thing going on here. And this Hachijo Toya person's claim to have learned the truth. But there's something going on that I'm thinking. I feel like there's something about her that sucks. She also said child of man or something like that, right? Which I feel like I've heard before, but until now I still haven't figured out why. Where have I heard that before? I don't know. But it does feel like there's something mysterious, but also something, I don't know. And she's learned the truth of Rokkenjima. What's that about? So is she like the game master of the human world, I guess? The human realm, she's the game master? Or I guess the future world? Alright, Ushima Enji, the final descendant of the Ushima family 12 years in the future. In the middle of her journey to reach Rokkenjima while evading pursuers from the Sumodera family, she is sucked into the world of an impossible memory. So this is happening in the middle of it. What? She reached several truths in the past games and possesses enough power to represent observers. So she can use Nox's ninth commandment, I guess, right? The observer can explain what happened. It is said that many witches are fond of her bad attitude, and many of them even have an eye on becoming her master. Amakusa, is it going to be the same thing? Oh, a former guard of Eva's, an extreme thrill seeker who accepts dangerous jobs for little pay. He had served as Angi's bodyguard before, but after he broke Eva's strict order not to talk to Angie countless times, Eva ultimately took a dislike to him and let him go. Angie herself didn't find him all that bad because he was someone she could talk to. JSDF, Foreign Legion, private military companies, this man has traveled them all, and has skill in counter-sniping and escorting VIPs. So he's good at socializing with Angie and stuff, even though he's killed her. I mean, he ends up killing her, so... But I suspect that. I mean, let's not make things canon that aren't necessarily canon. But okay. Alright, now let's keep reading about this Hachijo Toya and person. And let's see what's gonna happen onward here. Let's see where this discussion leads us to.
どうして真実に至ったと確信を。すべての物語を理解したからです。
Okay.
だからどうしてそうだと確信を。
In a way, she's kind of like Battler in the human world, because Battler right now is the game master, right? And he's reached the truth, and she's also claimed that she's reached the truth. So is she kind of like Battler in the human world, kind of, you know, kind of mirroring him?
太陽が地球の周りを回っていたことはあると思いますか?
People used to believe that in the past. I don't, because I was born during an age where it's well known that the Earth revolves around the Sun. But I'm sure if I was born over 1,000 years ago, I would be one of the believers that, yeah, the Sun revolves around the Earth and the Earth is clearly the center of the universe, right? Because us humans, in a way, we're not, I wouldn't say we're completely global beings, but we kind of are, where if something is accepted as a truth ever in the world, then everyone in the world just accepts it as truth. It's kind of like the topic that Battler brought up last episode, where he believed, what did he believe? Like penguins exist on the other side of the moon, on the far side of the moon. And, you know, for me and for because all of you watching, you don't believe that, really, right? But until you actually travel to the far side of the moon yourself, you can't prove that penguins don't exist there, right? It's kind of like that, where we're quick to give up on that sort of belief. As children, we can come to believe that thing because we don't know anything about the world when we're children, right? We believe a lot of random stuff, a lot of, you know, stuff, and that's great. That's to have that mindset is great. But then as we grow up, we kind of get hardened by the world to be like, well, everyone believes in this, so and it's been said to be the truth by everyone in the world, so clearly it has to be the truth, right? Like how the sun revolves around the earth. It especially helps when this has kind of been researched for thousands of years, you know what I mean? There's people, scientists that have done this research so long. Why would I claim to believe something that scientists have researched and found that this is the closest thing to the truth that they can get to? You know what I mean? Right? So I'm not personally going to come around. So what I'm basically trying to say, I'm not trying. What I'm saying with Battler and all that stuff is, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you should believe or you should doubt what researchers say in that. Right? I'm not saying you should doubt that. Okay. So I'm not saying you should doubt the scientists or all that stuff, because you should be childlike and think of think of creative possibilities in the world, right? All I'm saying is, researchers have using many different forms found that the Earth revolves around the Sun and not the other way around, clearly. And for me, I haven't researched that. I haven't spent any time researching that. I've just seen the evidence that other people have come up with, right? And if it's truth that everyone believes in, I would be more inclined to believe that, right? Because everyone else believes in this thing, so I have to believe in it as well, right? So it's kind of like that, what Hachijo Toya is saying here. Do you think the sun revolves around the Earth? You know what I mean? Maybe the sun, because if you think about it, in the past, the sun did revolve around the Earth, because that's what everyone believed in the past. And let's be honest here, if you were born in the past, we will believe that as well. I'm sure if I was born 1,000 years ago, I would believe that as well, like I said, and I'm sure you'd believe it as well. It's easy for you to say right now, no, I wouldn't believe that because I know that the Earth revolves around the sun. But do you think you would have believed that 1,000 years ago when no one else did? Well, barely anyone else did. It wasn't until a few people started popping out that actually, searched on their own and were willing to defy the most popular belief by far, and actually put out that that risk, that statement that no, this is not the case, and have everyone go against them, like Galileo Galilei and stuff like that. Have everyone go against them, saying no, there's no way you're right. We've known that the sun revolves on the Earth for millennia. For how long? How are you gonna come out here and claim that what you're saying is true? But then Galileo Galilei and other people, of course, he wasn't alone. They were like, but this is what I found. You know what I mean? This is I saw with the telescope and stuff. I saw that the Earth was the one revolving on the sun. I mean, it's extensive research. I don't want to get into physics and all that, but that's what he found, and people doubted him. But now we know it's true, right? Hundreds of years later, we now know that that's the truth. Well, I mean, we believe that's the truth, and I'm not gonna say doubt that belief because everyone else in the past doubted, everyone else in the past believed that the sun revolved around the Earth, even though it was wrong. That doesn't mean that now we should think that the Earth revolving around the sun is wrong just because everyone else believes. So I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't believe in something just because everyone else should. Sometimes believing in something that everyone else believes in, it's the right thing to do because it's the truth. Sometimes it is the truth, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be the truth. And yeah, anyway, I went on a long rant there, but basically, I think that's what Hachijo Toya is getting at, and that's kind of what Backer brought up as well. Hachijo suddenly started talking about the geocentric model. Yeah, that's the geocentric, and now we believe in the heliocentric model. I believe it's called heliocentric, that the sun is the center. But the geocentric model is the belief that the Earth is the center of the universe, or of the solar system at least. Not that they knew. Did they know that a solar system even existed in the past? Probably not. Angie was about to tell her not to answer questions with more questions, but she quickly realized what Hachijo meant. Yeah. Wait, is Hachijo... I'm gonna call her Toya. Let's call her Toya. I'm not gonna call her Hachijo. So is Toya really about to talk about what I just talked about? So why did I waste so many minutes talking about that? Yep.
なら否定された瞬間に太陽は動きを止め地球がその周りを回り始めたというのだろうか
The truth changed, see?
そんなわけもない人間が何を信じようと真実は変わらないならば今あなたが私の真実を否定するのはつまりはそういうこと
Several scholars before Galileo proposed the heliocentric model. However, it was hard to objectively prove it using the scientific techniques available at the time, right? And then Galileo came in, like I mentioned earlier. Galileo came in and he, found some evidence of it. But even people were even opposing Galileo at the time, if I remember correctly, from my history class and physics class. At the start, people were actually opposing Galileo, even though he provided evidence. However, that didn't change the fact that it was the truth. And yet it moves.
真実はその立証のいかに関わらず真実だと
Yeah?
そうですこれより未来やがて全ての真実が明らかになった時私がすでに真実に至っていたと遡って人々は気がつくでしょう
Just like how people look back and realize the scientists who claimed the heliocentric model was true before Galileo were actually right, and they did discover it, but they couldn't properly prove it. Apparently, Angie just couldn't stand Hachijo's attitude. Wait, I'm supposed to call her Hachijo or Toya. Toya seems easier to say, but if her name is Hachijo, then I could say Hachijo too. She kept getting irritated, and every time Amakusa would joke around until she settled down again. Okay, Hachijo, Toya, Hachijo. However, there could be no mistake that Hachijo was a genius, and had used her extraordinary intuition to form a most interesting perspective on the events that had occurred on that island. That was why Angie had wanted to contact Ito Ikikuro and hear about her viewpoint. Here's the thing too. Here's the thing, right? She's made multiple interpretations of what happened there. She said that she's found the truth. Why is she making multiple interpretations as hints, quote unquote, to the masses? Why not just reveal to everyone what really happened and get on with it? Why waste, why, you know what I mean? Why waste the time on this, right? If that makes sense. Still, she really was lucky to have been granted this meeting. Angie hadn't been absolutely sure that Ito Ikikuro was Hachijo Toya. She hadn't thought that the publishing company would really contact the author. And most of all, she hadn't dreamed that the mysterious masked author would grant her an interview under such short notice. I think a big part of it is that you're a Shiromiya family member, right? So you're one of the people that got away from that incident. So you're very closely correlated to it, or related to it. The more she thought about it, the more she realized that the sum of events leading to this meeting made for nothing short of a miracle. Yes, a miracle. After all, in most cases, I don't get contacted by the publishing company at all and leave for Nijima the next day. Oh! In most other fragments, but this is a fragment where you actually do get contacted by them. Why is Battler showing us this, by the way? Battler's the game master, right? So Battler's the one that's choosing to show us all this, right? Let's try to think like Battler thinks. Maybe you can find some clues. I left for Nijima, then I went on to Rokkenjima. Then I gave One-chan Sakutaro. Huh? Why would I have Sakutaro? You got him from the sleep shop, didn't you? At least that's what I theorize, but I could be wrong. My memory of the future is all muddled. You went there, you gave Maria the Sakutaro, you beat up the bodyguards and killed Sumadera, quote unquote, and then, well, I'm assuming Amakusa did all that, and then he came by and killed you in the end, because, you know, he was getting paid to do that, and, you know, they all wanted your inheritance, baby. My head hurts. At least that's what I theorize. I think that's the most likely thing to have happened. Hachijo said something about showing Angie something good, rose from the sofa and headed for the study desk. Showing her something good? When she turned her back, Amakusa asked Angie, who seemed to be troubled about something, if she was okay.
ねえ、天草。私っていつからここにいるの？
はあ？さっきから様子がおかしいですぜ。何事ですかい？
私、いつからここに座ってるのか記憶がないの。
まだ寝ぼけてんですかい？
そうじゃなくて。だって、私は確か大月教授とはアポイントが取れてたけど、伊藤育九郎の件では出版社から返事がなくて、結局この日は一日何もできなかったんじゃなかったっけ？
は
あ？天草はあの大きな黒いバッグを受け取りに行ったんじゃなかったっけ？
See, I think there was a sniper rifle in there, in that black bag. That's right. Just before we left for Nijima, Amakusa and I briefly parted ways. He said something about getting a weapon from an acquaintance of his. A weapon?! And he went to go get that large black bag. Okay. Not sus at all, bruh. Hmm. Wasn't that today? What am I talking about? I mean, didn't I go to Nijima, meet Captain Kawabata, and inside the bat shop? Huh? What?
どうしました？
Don't tell me Hachijo just went to get Sakutaro. Don't tell me that's what she's doing. Did my confusion and uncertainty make me sigh out loud? Even though Hachijo's back was to me, she slowly turned around and smiled as though she had peered into my heart.
いいえ、何も。
I gotta think about it like this too. Bachelor's the game master, right? So he's the one that's choosing to show me all this, right? Or or is that only true for the actual game itself and not this other world stuff that's going on with Angie in the future? Maybe what's going on in the future is not affected by Bachelor. It's true. If no, you're right. The game master can only affect things that's going on in the actual between October 4th and October 5th on Rockin' in 1986. Game master doesn't affect the future. So what's going on right in the future is not something Bachelor's trying to show me, right? So yeah, okay, I'm wrong in my thinking there, I think. I think I should only think about what Battle showed me within the actual game, as in, not in 1998, but in 1986. Strange memories, ones that even I can't understand. I tried to hide my confusion, but for some reason, Hachijo had a strange glint in her eyes, as though she could read my mind.
私は何冊もの義書の中で何度もあなたのご親族を蘇らせては殺す。まるで魔女のように。
Is Hachijo secretly Beato? Oh?
好きなだけ蘇らせて好きなだけ殺す。無限に。まるでベアトリーチェね。
That's what I said! Is she another endless switch? Is she another Beato? What's up?
ええ。だから私はやはりネット上で彼らがそう呼ぶように魔女なのかと思って。
She took a thickly packed brown envelope out of a locked drawer. It appeared to be filled to bursting with pages of printed out text. Perhaps this was a manuscript for one of her works. And the neat letters written with a fountain pen on the envelope spelled out the word Dawn? She is writing this episode as well? Bruh. Hey yo, so she wrote every episode until now since episode 3, and now she's also going to write episode 6? Dawn of the Golden Witch? Wow. Hachijo. What is up with you? You're weird. There is no forgery by the name of Dawn, which must mean that this is her new forgery. And you could tell this was a new one. Hachijo's newest unreleased forgery.
Dawn of the Golden Witch.
Dawn of the Golden Witch, or as Angie said it with her Japanese accent.
すべてを知る私にはすべてが退屈。しかし何も知らぬ無知にそれを読ませ、何がしかの反応を得ることは嫌いではない。だからあなたに読んでほしい。新しい無限の魔女としての新作を。
So she is an endless witch? She is Beato?
そうです。人の子よ。
Again, the Child of Man thing. I've heard that before. Why? Child of Man? What? What's that about?
あなたが憤慨しようとも簡単しようとも、 それは私の病を一時忘れさせる。
Your illness is boredom? She really is a witch. If her illness is boredom, she's a witch in so many ways.
もう茶番は終わりにしましょう。あんたは誰？私の記憶にこんな出会いはないわ。
Yes, I did try to contact Hachijo Toya. However, in the end, I never got a chance to meet her. Are you saying that this is not her? This is someone pretending to be Hachijo Toya? Or what? Are you saying a witch snuck in here, acting like Hachijo Toya? In other words, all this is a falsehood. So this never happened. Someone's breaking into this fourth wall, into this wall or whatever, into this
今度
meta.
は私は誰の駒？
Someone's breaking into the game. This wasn't supposed to happen.
悪いけど、この後ろ宮エンジェ。飼いならせると思ったら大間違いよ。
Whose piece am I this time? Not Gretel. Look at her eyes. Instant soundtrack.
やはりそなたは面白いかな。
Sonata? Right. She finally couldn't hold it back and burst out laughing. Gradually, the space around them seemed to fill with a strange purple mist. Huh? The room itself seemed to twist and bend? What? Her figure also twisted. Oh. And after transforming through something that couldn't be described. She took the form of just what she had called herself. What? Her figure also twisted, and after transforming through something that couldn't be described, she took the form of just what she had called herself? A witch? She's a witch? Oh! Oh! Wait! Wait, that's... Ewa? What? Wait, she's in Umineko? Wait! 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 Ewa? Splin? Wait! Why are you here? Why are you here? She's an Umineko character? Ewa? I didn't know. I see it now. I see. I didn't notice the horns. What the? Why are you here? Why are you here? Wait. You're supposed to be from Higurashi Go, Sotsu. Wait. Child of man. Oh, that's who it is. Oh, wait, Satoko. Wait. My mind is in tatters. Why? Wait. Wait. I didn't notice. I see it now. The horns, the dress, the thing. Oh my goodness. She's from Umineko. Wait, yeah, Umineko came out before Go and Sotsu. She must be she's a Umineko character. Holy crap. How have I not been spoiled by this yet? I'm amazed. I mean, yeah, I guess I've never googled Ewa's character. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, no. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Wait. But, alright, Higurashi Go. Wait. Wait, Hanyu. Is Hanyu also Higurashi? She's a Higurashi. Wait, Hanyu. What was going on with her and Hanyu then? Wait a second. Now, this is crazy. Ewa is here. Wait, is her name Ewa though? That was the name they gave him Higurashi at least. Ewa-san. I mean, Alright, so, cause I remember, Satoko went into the meta world of Higurashi. And oh man, and she met Ewa, and we didn't know her name, so Satoko was like, "Who are you? What's her name?" And Ewa was like, or this woman, her name is Hachijo Toya, I guess, but is that her actual name? I don't know. So Satoko met her, and she was like, and then Ewa went like, "Sure, call me Ewa from now on, because that's who I am, Ewa, right? Cool." And I had a feeling that didn't seem like her actual name, but I just went with it. Alright, Ewa-san, Ewa, cool, that's her name. Alright. And from then on, she's been one of the most mysterious characters in the entire show. To be fair, we never really got a conclusion to her character in Higurashi Go Sotsu. We never got a conclusion to her character at all, honestly. I don't even know what the point of her being there was. She gave Satoko time looping powers and was like, go against Rika, go on. Which I then believe that those two. Oh, is she going to be Lambda's guardian? So is she Lambda's guardian then? Because she created Lambda, right? She made her back in Higurashi Go Sotsu. Even though Higurashi Go Sotsu came out after Umineko. This is so weird reading this from perspective of someone that's watched Higurashi Go Sotsu before reading Umineko. I'm sure there are not many people like me. but okay. So she gave Satoko the time looping powers. I'm assuming Satoko ended up eventually being Lambda Delta. And then Rika got her time looping powers from Hanyu, and she ended up being Burn Castle. Now I don't know what Erika's deal is, but her name, Frederica, right? Burn Castle. Furudo Erika, or Furude Rika as well. You have Frederica Burn Castle connection, you have the Furude Rika connection. Frederica Burn Castle being the one we saw at the end of Higurashi Kai, was it? Right? Now wait a minute. Ewa-san. I thought something was up with the Child of Man thing. I thought I had heard it before. I really did. Okay, without the horns, and she was wearing different clothes. I didn't notice. The horns gives it away that it's Ewa, but I just oh man, weird, very weird. Okay, we're gonna keep reading because we don't know what's going on. I guess in a sense, when you're reading Umineko, unless she was in the original Higurashi visual novel and she didn't first appear in Higurashi Go Sotsu, you're not supposed to know who this person is yet, right? You're supposed to come in here and think of her as Mysterious Witch, right? So let's go into this with that perspective, even though we kind of know a little bit about her from Higurashi Go and Higurashi Sotsu. But I was not expecting this, man. Oh man. Ewa. And hopefully hopefully her character actually reaches a conclusion in Umineko. Because in Higurashi Goes and Sotsu, I felt like her character was kinda, what was the point of her being there other than to give Satoko her powers and be like, yes, interesting, you freed me from my boredom, haha. So, okay. But okay, let's keep reading. Okay, Ewa. Or Hashijo Toya, also known as Ewa. Or is that her name here? I don't know, but we're gonna go with Ewa.
よくぞ私を見破った。
Wow. Okay. I still can't believe my eyes. Okay.
私ってつくづく魔女に好かれる性分ね。あんたたちに特徴的などこか人を舐めた口調。
Is that how you're able to tell that she's a witch?
すぐに魔女だって分かったわ。
The novelist sitting on the sofa was nowhere to be seen. But how is she correlated to what's the Umineko stories is what I don't get. even Angie's bodyguard, who was supposed to be around at times like this, was gone. I'm trying to understand, because this is the first time she appears, right? Episode 6 is when she first appears. We've had 5 episodes, all the question arcs, and even an episode of the answer arcs, and this Ewa-san character first appears now, and she's apparently been known to write the forgeries, and she's a witch. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Why is she here so late? I don't get it. There was only a non-human figure relaxing in a large, ornate-looking rocking chair. Child of man, this child of man thing again, man. Child of man. I remember her calling Satoko that in Higurashi. That's why I remember that term. Man. Alright.
こっちは全然愉快じゃないわ。どうして私は生きてるの？私は名前を明かしたルール違反でひどい殺され方をしたと思ってたけど。
I brought you back, is what she's gonna say. Well, I did doubt that those people would just let me go so easily. What kind of farce will I be forced to go along with this time? I really don't care. I'll just do whatever I can within the bounds of the role they give me, whatever I can to help Onicho. Oh, she still cares about me. Oh, Angie! Alright. Of course, I understand. Even if he wins, he'll never come back to me. Right. He'll only come back to another you, another fragment of you, unfortunately enough.
Yeah. 何の用で呼び出したの？まさかあんたの書いたとかいう新しい物語を読めとでも言う気じゃないでしょうね。
その通りだ。そなたに望むのは駒ではない。もとより私は傍観者。あやつらのゲームにちょっかいを出す気など毛頭もなし。
So you've observed this game since episode 1? Okay. Also, why are you sticking out your left hand like that? Why, is that just me? She's really sticking out her left hand like that. Like, kind of really. Why isn't her hand going just straight down? All right. And what is that badge? She's also got a badge here. Got some flag going on, and a badge, and okay. And what is this called again? Yukata? I'm not too sure. It looks like it at least. I'm not too knowledgeable about these things, though. My bad. You can let me know, I guess, if you want to.
意味わかんないわ。あんたは私に何を期待してるの？
私のためにベアトリーチェの紡ぐかけらの観測者であれ。
観測者？よくわかんないけど、お断りよ。
No deal.
かつて私はバトラを通してかけらを鑑賞していた。
は？
しかし彼がゲームマスターを継承した今、観測者としてふさわしくないんだ。私は心より純粋な気持ちで物語を追っている。その私にとって今のバトラを通して観測することはさながら推理小説を逆さに読むにも等しい興ざめ。
Right, it's like reading a detective novel when you know everything, right? You're supposed to read a detective novel observing it. Okay, so you're telling Angie to observe it through the eyes of whom? Erica, I guess? She's supposed to see it from Erica's eyes?
お兄ちゃんがゲームマスター？何の話をしてるのかさっぱりだ。
Angie, I guess Angie's gotta look at it through the eyes of Erica?
さっぱりだろう。知りたいであろう。私も知りたい。 バトラがゲームマスターを継承し紡ぐ物語がどのようなものか。
So she's been observing since episode 1, right? But then, why is she only getting revealed now? What has she been doing? She's just been running these forgeries? I don't get it.
そしてバトラが至ったという真実がどのようなものか、私の自らの思考の旅で追いたいのだ。私は病の深きに考えねば鼓動を続けることさえかなわぬ。
But I thought you knew everything, and you're bored because you know everything. Why are you now trying to figure, search for the truth if you know the truth? You're contradicting yourself. I don't get it.
つまりあんたは新しい絵本を私に朗読してもらいたいってわ
そういう解釈でいい。見返りにそなたもまた自由に思考を旅することができる。そなたとて未だ真相には至っていないはず。続けたいはずだ。真相を知る旅を。
I think you want to continue on the journey to find that truth. Hmm.
あんたに得をさせる義理がないわ。
生きがるな。私は時に寛大だが、多くの場合そうではない。
Angie hadn't yet reached the truth either. Though she knew that the game was little more than a toy for the witches to play with, she wanted it to resume so that she could follow the tale and close in on the king called Truth.
私は私が真実に至るために物語を追うかもしれないけれど、あんたのために最後まで朗読する義理はないわ。意味はわかる？
Angie was willing to read the story aloud, but she could quit anytime if the switch made her mad. She was, in effect, warning the witch not to annoy her.
無論だ。絵本と称したが、私にとっては死に至る病への唯一の薬。
Boredom.
そなたの買い添えなくして飲むこともできぬもの。すなわち、総理強制だ。
あんたが寝入るまで私に本を朗読しろと。その代わり私にも読むことを許す。そういうことね。
そうだ。引き受けてくれるならば、しばしの一時、私の朗読者に任ずる。
偉そうな役職名だけど、所詮はただの本読みでしょ。
私の朗読者であるということは、私の使いであるということ。すなわち、そなたへの干渉は私への干渉。私はベアトリーチェの物語の続きを読みたいという唯一の興味を何者にも邪魔されることを許さぬ。そなたをもてあそんだベルンカステルもラムダデルタも、無論ベアトリーチェさえもそなたに対して一切の強制力を持つことは許さない。
This witch, who seemed to have an almost divine quality to her, spoke both quietly and forcefully. There was no threat in her words. However, even so, it was clear that she was on a different level than Burncastle and the other witches, and not at all to be taken lightly. Yeah, you think? You think she's on an even higher level, an upper level? Because it feels to me like she was the one to originally create Lambda Delta based on what we saw from Higurashi Sotsu.
本を読ませる代わりに私を保護してくれると？
無論だ。私は朗読を望んでいる。それを邪魔する者は何人であれ許しはしない。私の態度が横柄に感じるならば謝ろう、人の子。私はこれでもそなたに最大の敬意を持って語りかけている。
Child of man. What is her obsession with calling people that?
みたいね。その魔女らしい口調さえどうやらあんたの中では数百年ぶりに見せた敬意って感じがするわ。
そなたは本を読むとき、本によろしくお願いしますと語りかけてから表紙をめくるか？
Fair enough.
そういうことよね。理解したわ。
Just by agreeing to have a conversation with Angie, she was showing an incredible amount of respect and willingness to compromise. Angie shrugged, but she also nodded to show her consent.
いいわ。あんたの朗読者を引き受ける。あんたが私に同意を求めた時点で最大の敬意を表したことを理解したわ。
良き理解だ、人の子よ。
人の子よ。
私の名はエンジェよ。
Child of man.
人の子だかタケノコだか呼ぶのはやめて。
良いだろう。私が敬意を示すことの証にそなたの名を認めよう。
Okay. For her, acknowledging a human's name was like acknowledging the names of all the leaves scattered across the ground. So, her acknowledging Angie's name was a miracle. No, it was immensely good fortune.
これよりそなた、後ろ宮エンジェを感激の魔女フェザリーノ・アウグストゥス・アウローラの巫女にして朗読者に任ず。
What? Witch of theater going? Featherine Augustus Aurora. That's her actual name? Not Ewa? Why didn't she say her name in Higurashi then? So we'll go. Her name is Featherine. We'll go with Featherine. Augustus Aurora is just extra names.
そなたが朗読を終えるまで
Featherine. That's her actual name. Featherine. I'm gonna have to get used to calling her that instead of Ewa. Because it's got me so used to calling her Ewa. But okay, Featherine. Or I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay, I'm guessing Feather is right, but is Featherine maybe? It could be Featherine. Featherine sounds correct though. It sounds right, but it could be Featherine. Feather is probably right? Because feather, because that's how you pronounce feather. Feather. And then we get the I-N-E, which is either in or ein. But I'm gonna go with in, Featherine. And then you guys can correct me whether I'm wrong or not. Featherine. Augustus Aurora. Until you finish reading.
そなたの朗読を妨げようとするすべてのものに災いを与える。
Okay. And Miko to the Witch of Theater going. What's a Miko? Let's look up the tips file. We're still in chapter 1. Okay, wow. We've not gone very far. Alright. Miko. Miko is often translated as Shrine Maiden. Traditionally dressed in white and red, Miko act as assistants at Shinto shrines. In addition to helping out with the day-to-day running of the shrine, including cleaning the premises and selling charms and fortunes, Miko also perform ceremonial dances and assist priests in Shinto rituals and performances. Wasn't that kind of what Rika was doing in Higurashi? Right? Or isn't that? Yeah, I remember Rika doing dances during the cotton drifting festival. I believe it was called something like that. She was doing dances and stuff. I wonder if she was a Miko, a shrine maiden. Miko also performs ceremonial dances and assists priests in Shinto rituals and performances. Okay. Got it. Alright, let's try to remember Featherine, Augustus Aurora, most important Featherine. And then Augustus Aurora, if you remember that, cool if you don't remember that's her full name. That's fine too. I mean, we just recently got introduced to Saint J Garcia, Saint J Garcia something in One Piece, and bro, I'm just calling him Saturn because his name is Saint J Garcia Saturn something. Long name. I'm calling him Saturn. Most people are calling him Saturn right now, so I'm gonna go with that. So same thing here. I'm gonna go with Featherine, but she's got an extra elaborate name because she's someone important, an important person. Okay. I shall be incremental all those 12 who attempt in their task. Okay. When the Witch of Theater going, Featherine, spoke this, Angie was wrapped in a bright light. Angie didn't feel any particular change herself, but she definitely had been given something that only non-humans could sense. It signified that from this point forward, Angie would be attached to the Witch of Theater going. The Witch of Theater going. Let's read about her, by the way. She's got a character file now. So, got Angie's side, so... the final 10 of the Shuma family 20 years in the future, in the middle of her journey to reach Rokkenjima while evading pursuers. Okay, we've read this before. Yeah, we just read this earlier, this part, so... and Makiso, we've read this before as well. Alright, let's read about Featherine. Oh, her eyes are spiky here. Her eyes are not typically spiky, but now she's spiky. Okay. Featherine Augustus Aurora. Featherine. Not Ewa. Then why did she not just call herself that in Higurashi? Man, had to go through all that and just maybe she didn't respect Satoko enough. She was like, just call me Ewa. I don't respect you enough to give you my full name. The majestic witch of theater going, drama and spectating. She has tired of life after 1,000 years and constantly repeats a cycle of life and death. In the past, she served as the master for numerous games as a legendary witch, but her legend, glory, and memory have already disappeared due to the past and have been forgotten. Okay. Only the solemn medal she wears on her chest retains those memories. Ah, that medal, okay. The horseshoe-shaped object. Oh, she's also wearing an actual dress now, but her human form was wilding. Let's see, maybe on the witch side. Do you get to see her human form at all? Her Hachijo Toya form? No? We don't get to see it. Ah, that's too bad. The horseshoe-shaped object floating around her head is a memory aid device. Oh! I thought those were horns. It's floating around her head? I thought those were horns. Okay, I thought it was coming out of her head. But I guess it's floating around her, okay? A memory aid device, you say. It records her name, appearance, and other aspects of her personality. She is so old that she would not be able to preserve her own individuality without this. Wow. She's that old. Got it. Weird. That didn't mean that Eiji would gain some sort of special power, but at the very least, it probably meant that anyone wanted to cause her harm would first have to take on Featherine herself, and that's tough, buddy. I see.
あんたの名前、随分と長いのね。ローマの偉人みたい。なんと呼べば
It does sound like some Roman person, actually. Augustus something? Featherine Augustus... I already forgotten her name. Alright, let's check. Featherine Augustus Aurora. Yeah, does sound like some Roman person. Let's just go with Featherine. Or is she gonna be like, alright, just call me Ewa. That'll be funny. He just goes, just call me Ewa. Someone in the past shortened my name to that as well.
親しくない者はアウグストゥス・アウローラという。
I'm not gonna call you Augustus Aurora. I'm calling you either Ewa or Featherine. There's no in between. What's up with that? Augustus Aurora?
私に敬意を示してくれたあんたに、私も敬意を示して。フェザリーヌと呼ぶわ。
You just ignore her. That's not really respecting her. She's like, alright, people not familiar with me, call me this. And then she just goes, nah, forget that. I'm just gonna call you Featherine. Also, I heard Angel pronounce her name as Featherine, so I'm guessing that's correct.
問題は
ない。病んだこの身には名を呼ばれることさえ噛みしめがいのある優越だ。人の子よ。
Child of man. Alright. Well, she said she was gonna respect me enough to call me by my name, to call her by her name, but now she just called her child of man again. So whatever. To be fair, I did also disrespect her by not calling her Augustus Aurora and just going Featherine. I say I'm talking about Angie because I'm not Angie, but you get what I mean. And even says here, okay, Featherine. Okay.
エンジェよ、私の名前。
Okay.
そういうやりとりさえも心地よきかな。エンジェ、我が巫女。
My Miko, my shrine maiden. Angie accepted her role. She would observe this tale with the Witch of Seer going. The curtain was rising on the sixth tale. Oh, let's go. This could be where I end the part, to be fair. That's the end of the first chapter, I'm guessing. Alright, well, that's a good part to end it, to be fair. Game Master, okay. This chapter is called Game Master. Chapter 2. Episode 6, Chapter 2. Let's go. We're getting into it. But we're gonna end this here. The great detective knows. At one time, only Beato and her fellow witches had gathered in the smoking room to chat. Okay. Is this doll Beato or normal Beato, quote unquote? The laughing, cackling Beato. We'll find out next time. I hope you guys have enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. Featherine. Alright. New character, new witch. Alright. This visual novel never fails to surprise me. Even more so, considering Featherine is a character we've seen before. Unlike some of the other characters we've been introduced to, who are completely new to me, right? Like Delanor and the two people, Jesse and James, that we saw last part. I've never heard of them before. But Featherine, or Ewa, or whatever. I guess we're supposed to go with Featherine, I guess. So we're gonna go with Featherine. But I have known her previously as Ewa. Is someone we've known before. Kind of like how we've known Burncastle before, and we've known Lambda Delta before. So, and Amakusa as well, to be fair. But I don't exactly remember him. And Okonogi, they are characters in Higurashi too. But alright, Featherine. I hope you guys enjoyed this part at least as much as I enjoyed reading it, because I really enjoyed reading this. I was not expecting this part to be like it has been, so amazing part. I'll see you guys next time for some more Umineko. Alright, y'all. Peace.